So give you a bit of background. I stopped drinking in August of 2018. And, for those of your listeners who don't know me, my actual background or family background is we're big alcohol producers in India.
Yeah.
So I stopped, and on the 1-year anniversary of it, which would have been August last year, 2019, I put up, it was a simple Instagram story saying, hey guys, it's 1 year since I stopped drinking.
Yeah.
And I explained why. I said, look, it wasn't that I was a big drinker, I wasn't an alcoholic or anything, but whenever I did drink, whether it was 2 drinks or 20 drinks, I'd get morbid anxiety the next morning. So I decided to quit.
Yeah.
And I was just flooded with messages, mostly from young Indians who followed me. And they were like, this is amazing. We feel the same way. We've never heard someone say this. And if you, who comes from a family that produces alcohol, can give it up, then there's no reason why we can't.
Yeah.
And it was really off that I was like, you know what? My majority of my audience is in India.
Yeah.
These sorts of issues are not widely talked about. I mean, if we think there's a stigma around mental health in the West, in India, it's non-existent, right?
Right.
And I was like, I've been through a lot. Things that people might not necessarily think that someone like me, and let me preface that, when I say someone like me, people seem to have an assumption that if you come from some sort of wealth or anything like that, then, well, your life's fine and you can't feel and you don't suffer mentally like anyone else. So I was like, if I can talk about the things that I've gone through, maybe it'll inspire others.
Yeah.
And also help others. I'll be like, look, this is what I went through. This is what I did to deal with it. If it helps you, cool. If it doesn't, then that's also fine. But the main thing was to show people that no matter who you are, what background you're from, everyone is susceptible to suffer from mental health issues. And that's where the series was born from. And, in each one, as you've seen, I talk about something separate that I've gone through. And so, some of them are not necessarily things that people might associate with mental health. Sure. I think a lot of the time when you say mental health to people, you say, what's the first thing that comes to mind? They'll say depression and anxiety. And, as much as that is a part of it, it's not all of it. Yeah. So talking about other things like OCD and, being lonely and stuff like that, I wanted to kind of shine a light to show people that you could suffer in a number of different ways, not just by what you think.
And was that sort of openness and honesty, you think, the kind of vehicle to allow for there to be more trust in those who are listening and feel like they have a little bit more of a sense of connection with you?
Absolutely. I think, I think with anything, it's about trust, right? And I think that if you're especially doing something like this, the only way to connect to people is to put the guard down. And you can't ask someone to be vulnerable if you're not going to be vulnerable yourself.
Right.
So, you kind of want to almost, I think it's fun because I've looked at this from acting. You look at doctors yourself, and you look at what makes a great doctor is not his level of medicine, but it's the bedside manner and how they're going to make you feel, right? Sure. If, no matter how sick someone is, a doctor has the ability to make you feel like, do not worry, this is all going to be fine, right? And I think that's kind of similar when it's doing videos like this, is just to make people feel like I'm on your level. I'm not preaching to you. Yeah. I am you. I am you who has gone through this, and hey, we're in this together. Don't worry about it.